Yo, right here in the small box, Drake is trying to sabotage Baby Keem's rollout. Brother, what did I say? Leave them alone. Leave them alone. This is not a battle you can win, bruh. This ain't a battle you can win. You gotta let it go. If you can't let it go, we gonna have problems. And you don't want zero problems, big fella. So, we're gonna go ahead and dive into this video. Shout out to the Ville. Let's go ahead and lock in. You do know how we start this. So, let's make it happen, shall we? Let's go. Yo, you, right here. In the small box, right here in the small box. Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Drake, you really trying to sabotage Baby Keem, bro? Yo, what? Just focus on you. Focus on yourself. Because the more that you be doing this is the crazier that you look. Now, you're lucky because Toronto don't really be knowing about this at all. So your character and your stardom, it looks safe. But when these details go public, and they will eventually, you're going to look crazy because you're technically not in Baby Keem's like range. Like you're not in his you're not a part of that star power. But don't get it twisted. Baby Keem is he's climbing very fast. So let me just say that. Look, enough of me talking. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibe. Be tapped in with your favorite Canadian reaction channel and network. Let's go ahead and dive in with this video right here because I want to see what the Ville got to say about this. Let's lock in and get started. Let go.
Drake is trying to sabotage Baby
Keem.
Man. He is trying to sabotage the rollout that Baby Keem had just did, and he's willing to use Twitter pages to do it. Now, it was recently reported that Drake had posted to his Instagram story teasing Iceman for the 100th time. Shocker, I know. But he is teasing Iceman around the same time as Baby Keem's rollout. You see, the crazy part about this whole scenario is that Drake isn't the only person that is teasing Iceman right now. If you go and look at Twitter, there's been an account that has been gaining a lot of traction because it's been guessing things correctly, at least so far with the Baby Keem rollout. There's an account on Twitter by the name of InsiderHub, and InsiderHub had talked about Baby Keem's rollout before it was officially announced. He went on Twitter to say that Baby Keem is going to officially announce his album this week. This was 2 days before Keem had actually addressed it with the announcement of the tour dates and all, with the documentary that came out and everything that followed. This account had got it correct. Now, another thing that they got correct was J. Cole's tour being announced also. They had talked about J. Cole's tour in January 20th. And now, moving forward, J. Cole had actually got the dates announced recently, which makes this account correct again. It was leaked accidentally the Monday after this tweet by Ticketmaster, then delayed till today due to the leak. Now, that's very important that they were going to announce these days on this certain time. And because they were announced early and because it was leaked, they were delayed. That's going to be very important soon because that's what happens when people leak information. It disrupts the announcement. It disrupts the rollout. It ends up messing up people's mojo. And this account has been right so far with the Baby Keem rollout, with the J. Cole announcement of the tour, and with announcing that Kanye West is going to headline somewhere, I believe somewhere in another festival. A lot of people are looking at this account now and looking at it as a source of information that could be right, but you got to take it with a grain of salt because this account has favoritism. This account has a lot of people looking at it with a side eye. A lot of people think that this account is already compromised because they think that the person that owns this account was somebody by the name of No NDA Network, which was an account that was on Twitter before this one, who was always spreading smear campaigns in regards to Kendrick Lamar and UMG. They also tried to claim that they had insider information, but later was exposed as a fraud because they tried to frame Kendrick Lamar and people in the UMG lawsuit in favor of Drake. Right here, when it was No NDA Network, they tried to prove that the NFR podcast was paid to slander Drake by Interscope and UMG. They got embarrassed because they tried to put a fake invoice by Ramon Alvarez-Smickel. This later on, you could see this in the court case when it was presented as request number 78 by Drake, when they wanted all communications and documents of payments by Ramon Alvarez-Smickel that was to the NFR podcast. However, there was none. Drake was going off smear campaigns that were posted on Twitter by No NDA Network. And a lot of people are already looking at this account as No NDA Network, resurging themselves as another account, as another InsiderHub. And the reason why I believe that this person is in Drake's favor right now is because it refuses to give information about Iceman, but is willing to drop information and leak information about everybody else. Right here, he says, this next leak may get my account deleted. It says, if it's not Iceman, we don't want it. He replies, good news for you then, and fans of another big artist in about 15 minutes. So now this is where he starts to tease Iceman. Because in my mind, I'm thinking if he could tease Baby Keem and leak information about him, leak information about Cole, Kanye, and Travis Scott, then he's more willing to leak information about Drake, right? And he tries to play on this, right? Now he's saying that he's going to drop a bomb. He's going to drop something from Iceman. And every Drake fan is excited about him dropping information about Iceman. But this is where things get tricky because as InsiderHub is planning to drop information, it never really follows through. There's a lot of Drake fans that are waiting for him to drop. He even admitted in a Drake fan's DMs that he is actually a Drake fan himself. So not only did he admit that he's a Drake fan, but he had everybody excited, all these Drake fans excited for some type of leak to head out their way, only for him to say, just got signed out of my account 2 times trying to upload this video for you guys. Going to get it up. If they clip me, I'll be back. Bomb loading. Bear with me. So this is him still trying to act like he was going to drop a video or a clip belonging to Drake in regards.
Bro, this is seeding. LaRussell talked about it in a post that he made on Instagram. How there's going to be like 30, 40, 50 different accounts out there that are going to be pushing and doing the same message. It's seeding. You're taking a little seed and you're spreading it throughout a bunch of different accounts for promotion and advertising. Like, this is just advertising, right? Now, don't confuse that with public relations because that's different, right? That's not the same. This is simply just advertising right here. But to do it around the Baby Keem drop, it's a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. Let's keep going, though.
Iceman, he kept trying to hint that he was going to drop something related to Drake, but he was pump faking. He never dropped anything at all. And this is when people started getting upset and started calling him out and why he was pump faking Drake's album. And then all of a sudden, after pump faking everybody about the album, he ends up deactivating his account. And that's what really set me off. When he deactivated his account, that's when it really started hitting for me. So you're willing to talk about everybody. You're willing to leak everything about everyone else. Keem, J. Cole, Kanye, Travis Scott. But the minute that you get to Drake, you decide to deactivate your account. The minute that you are about to leak some information about Drake, you decide to pull back. I wonder why. How convenient for Drake that the guy that is leaking information is willing not to talk about Drake, but is willing to talk about everyone else. J. Cole had to delay the tickets he's going to sell for his tour because of the information that was leaked from this person. And that's the problem with him leaking this information. It could disrupt somebody's rollout. It could delay the process of somebody's album once it's announced. Fortunately for Keem, he didn't choose to delay it. He just followed through with it, which I'm grateful for. But you can't tell me that there's some type of weird activity going on, because the minute that this person disappears, Drake is back on the scene promoting his album on his Instagram. What are the odds that the minute that...
Nah. I don't know about that. That's a hell of a coincidence. I don't know.
To delay it, he just followed through with it, which I'm grateful for. But you can't tell me that there's some type of weird activity going on, because the minute that this person disappears, Drake is back on the scene promoting his album on his Instagram. What are the odds that the minute that this account deactivates itself, Drake starts promoting himself? But moving forward now, what are the odds that this guy is promoting his album right after this account was pump faking release dates? Now that this account is deactivated, Drake is on active mode. Drake is the one posting now. It just seems weird in timing, and it seems too convenient for Drake. How come this person is leaking everybody's shit, but the only person that he chooses not to leak is Drake himself? And how is this person getting all of this information anyways? How are they able to know about Baby Keem's drop? How did they know about that? How did they know about J. Cole's situation? How did they know about Kanye headlining? How are they getting all this information anyways? And this account, by the way, had talked negative about Kendrick Lamar putting fake numbers up. So it's already given a bad rep to Kendrick Lamar and his camp. It does seem pretty fishy, bro. It does seem pretty fishy that this account has some type of weird type of situation going on. And I feel like it's always to disrupt or be an agent of chaos, to disrupt people's albums, hoping that they would delay them. I think that they were trying to put Keem's information out there. They were trying to put his rollout out there, announce it ahead of time to possibly disrupt it or delay it. Thankfully, Keem followed through with it. However, with the J. Cole situation, they had to delay it by a day. But this is the problem with leaks. It interferes with the artist and their rollout, and it could potentially delay a project. I think that was the purpose of this. Not only are they doing that, but now Drake is coming out with a project himself. Now he's coming out and teasing Iceman at the same time that Baby Keem is dropping a rollout. I think he could have gotten associated with this account either before or after it started leaking this information. But considering the fact that people think that it's no NDA podcast, then I think that it could be. I think that it could be this account, bro. I really do. And then when they reactivated themselves, they got caught in this conversation. They say, can you give us a hint of what it was? Talking about the sneak peek that he was going to give towards Drake. He says, did you not see Drake's story literally 10 minutes after my post, which is the story of him teasing Iceman? The person responds, don't release anything that could potentially push the album back. That's the plan moving forward to keep our account up. So now he's worried about releasing stuff because it could push his album back. You weren't worried about releasing.
My question is, how is everybody getting all their hands on this little info? What's going on at that camp that this kind of info can get leaked or could have gotten leaked? Because we've heard damn near about half of Iceman by now. Now, mind you, me personally, I think Iceman is going to be more than 20 tracks. It's going to be an overloaded album. There's going to be too many songs on there, right? And potentially, there's going to be too many different vibes. Compilation albums do not work anymore. You need to have a story. You need storytelling. You need substance. Tell some kind of story on your album. If you are not doing that as an artist in today's world, you might be cooked. Even if you are a TikTok artist or a TikTok star or whatever, you still need to lock in. It's not that easy anymore. You can't just make a bunch of different songs and just throw it on an album thinking it's going to work. Even for Drake, like, I don't know what Iceman's going to do. If we're really going to hear the same songs that we've already heard from the live stream or any of the leaks, we might have a problem.
And leaking other information about other artists. But when it comes to Drake, you're worried about pushing his album back? How does that make any sense? What makes Drake better than the other guys that you were talking about, that you were sharing information about, that you were leaking information about? What makes them so different? It seems like this guy is compromised, or it seems like he's always been working with Drake, or Drake hit him up after he found out about these leaks. I don't know, but I feel like this account is tied to Drake in some type of way, and he's helping him with his rollout, or he's helping him sabotage other people's rollouts. Either way it looks at it, it makes this person look guilty, because when it finally comes to Drake, they decide to pump fake. They decide to lie. They don't want to drop anything in regards to Drake. They don't want to drop any clues. They don't want to leak any information if it's in regards to Drake. If it's anybody else, they're willing to drop that information for you. But when it comes to Drake, we're going to keep it tight. We're going to keep it quiet. We're not going to try to say anything. And to me, it makes it seem like this account is compromised by Drake. That's what it looks like to me. It's no surprise that the minute that this account deactivates itself, Drake goes on Instagram and starts promoting his album on his own. It just looks fishy, bro. It looks very fishy. And I've been thinking about how odd this story is, how these two things have happened at the same time, how it looks very strange put on paper. Once you put them all together, it seems like Drake is using this account to his benefit. And this account is working with Drake, or at least has some type of favoritism, whether it's because he's compromised through pay or because somebody reached out to him, or maybe he's been working with them all along. I don't know, bro. We'll keep it alleged at this point. I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts on this because I've been thinking about this since I've heard about this account. It seems very strange how it moves and operates, only sharing some people's information, but not everyone's not willing to talk about Drake. It just seems odd. But y'all tell me how you feel about this and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace. Keep it alleged.
I feel like it's just a stan account that's just trying to like build its own notorieties, right? So just think about it like that. Like, you got to remember, people are on Twitter to build their accounts by any means possible. That's what they do, all right? Of all the things they can retweet, all the comments that they can make, all the theories that they can throw out there, everybody's there literally to build their accounts. Now, because Twitter is one great big wasteland, there's going to be a lot of BS going on Twitter, which is why I'm not a fan, or I'm not even on Twitter myself. I ain't got time for that. I believe UMG told him to chill. Hence, Axe says, I just want to know y'all. The snippets. What's good? How you say your name? This is CNI Plus. I'm gonna call you CNI. CNI is easy. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. What's good, King Hammer? How you feeling? That's a feeler pause. But not like I said, Stan account, an account trying to build its name up. If you notice, it had around 20K followers with 0 people following. I'm not gonna lie, those are good numbers. Those are good numbers to build trust as well. You got to keep that in mind too. See, this is why this is why we are never supposed to know about numbers. Because what we assume from numbers, we think the better the number, the better the ratio is, the better the source. That's not the case at all. Numbers don't tell a full story. It's going to create a story. It's going to generate a story. How do you think AI work? With all them zeros and ones and all that, all them coding and all that numbers that goes into this thing that creates. Bro, numbers don't tell a perfect story. It's going to give you a Dr. Seuss level story that you can follow. That's what numbers do. So when I look at the ratio with his followers, I'm like, technically he's a good source, but at the same time, for anybody that understands and knows, that's not reliable. You're reliable through actions, not numbers. But, you know, people get that confused a lot, especially on Twitter or social media in general. Right? That's a little marketing 101 for everybody who's in here right now, by the way. A little marketing and advertising 101. But that's what it is, man. So when I look at that, I laugh. I'm like, bro, none of these guys are reliable sources. As long as you're on Twitter, you are not a reliable source. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd have to see how you move outside of Twitter. You know? That's how I see it personally. Holy. All Drake info comes from Drake himself so that he can spare narratives. My thing is, I don't even think it fully comes from him. There still might be a mole in the camp. Because how are they getting their hands on all these leaks? How are they getting their hands on all this info? If you kept your camp and your people close, there should be no reason why these things get leaked. People would have to wait for this kind of news. There's way too many leaked songs that we've known already. I think there's about like 6 in total. If Iceman is a 12-track album, bro, you just showed half your hand, bro. If the album drops, you only need to listen to 6 songs. The other 6 we already heard. That's crazy to me. Bro, get your people in order. Because that's not a good look coming from your name, regardless of what you did. Right? What your name is for the past like 15 or so years. And y'all have this many kind of leaks going around? Man, you got to stop it. That's all I got to say. It's ridiculous. That's the problem. People only care about the final number, not the equations on how it got to that number. In my King Hammer voice, I'm dead. Nah, it's true. It's true. If people educated themselves about these numbers, we would have a lot of different conversations on Twitter. But, you know, Twitter is filled with a bunch of people that just never completed school. And me personally, for someone that did, I stay the hell away from that app. I stay the hell away from the application. There's nothing but problems. Like, you be having arguments with people. Next thing you know, there's a girl like half naked on Twitter. Like, bro, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good, man. That's not for me. It's not for me. That's all I got to say. I believe the mole part too, but I truly believe Drake leaking, bro. He's not getting help from UMG, so he has to try and stay relevant. Yeah, and yo, if we're running with your point, CNI, that makes him a high schooler. That makes him a high schooler, bro. That's high school activity. Crazy. Yeah, no, I'm good, bro. This. If you got the album, if the album is, just drop it. Just drop it. We tired, bro. We tired of hearing this. The same way how we're tired of Meg Thee Stallion, this Tory Lanez news. It's the same way we're tired with this Iceman news. You've been teasing the album for damn near a year. Like, yo, enough's enough. We're tired. Bro, I be looking at Ice Cube's different every time somebody talk about Iceman. Like, just drop the album. Just drop the album, bro. Enough's enough, bro. Like, we tired, bro. You know what I'm finna say, right? Listen, like, if Drake just took his time, finish what you need to finish with this album, and go ahead and drop the album, we wouldn't have problems, right? So the only thing, my final thoughts on this whole video that we witnessed from the Ville, like, bro, just
drop the album! Drop the album! That's all you gotta do! All you gotta do is drop the album! Drop it today! Drop it today! Drop it today! All you gotta do is drop the album! You got my favorite song on it! You got my favorite song! I'm about to drag you! Drop the album! You got my favorite song!
drop the damn album, bro.